super excited to be here tonight in this collaboration with the beautiful Amanda. And tonight we are bringing to you a combination that is dear to both of our hearts of kinesiology combined with the bioresonance therapy, as well as some other quantum tools along the way. So we'll be utilizing the AO scan as well as some muscle testing and pulling on some different modalities that we both work with. So I will be leading the AO scan side of things or the frequency medicine side of things, while Amanda's going to take charge with all of the kinesiology side of things. So, Amanda, did you want to um, share a little bit about what you've been doing in the background? I know you've already touched on it quickly, but yeah,
In
how
the
you've been
background,
setting the tone today.
if I'm up on the speaker view or just a small view, but at the back here, I don't know if everyone can see. Can everyone see my screen? Does it swap over?
I wonder, I could probably share that picture that you sent to me, Amanda.
Hang on, I'll just go see if it goes on gallery. I know we need. So when I go on the speaker view, do I come up?
Yep, we're all on there at the moment.
Okay. So in the background, we've got just a grid, and on the grid we've put some crystals, and everyone's name is on here. So what I might do is just set the intention of everyone that's here and whether you're live or in spirit form and you're going to be watching this back. So the group balance is the fire horse. And it's the pre to the fire horse energy. We're still in the untangling the last little threads. And I guess if you've been on social media, everyone is talking about this number 1 year. It's a little bit crazy. It feels like it's a bit over the top, but there's a lot of energy towards this stepping into the one and letting go of all that sort of 9 cycle year. And so, in saying that, let's open it up. And I'm just going to say the first names, so not the
I'm just
second
going to
names.
share the grid as well
Yes.
there, so you can
Oh,
see the
beautiful.
picture there. Yeah.
So that's the grid setup, and there's a few things on there. So I'll just read everyone's name out just to start. We've got Anthea, Wendy, Mari, Karen, another Wendy, Tim, Angela, Roxanne, Sandra, Belle, Esther, Karina, Patrice, Kate, Greta. There's two Caseys, one with a C and one with a K. Zoe, Kath, Nicole, myself, Amanda, and Paige are in the grid. Sylvia, Ashraf, and Leanne. So I just wanted to note everyone's name who has been included in the grid. And you can see in the background, I don't know if you want to pop that back up.
I just undid it. Sorry. There we go.
Pop that back up for me. Um,
Mm.
now, yeah, you can see in the background we have got a crystal grid, which amplifies the intention. We've got the goal that's in there. And the goal, just to remind everyone, is I am now lovingly releasing the wisdom, the skins, the cycles of the snake here. And I'm boldly stepping forward with clarity, courage, and memento into the fire horse year. So, as we're going through today's session, we're going to just come back to that goal. We're going to keep coming back that that's the theme and the intention of the goal. So, let's just quickly talk about what's around the grid. There's the crystals up here at the top, and that will amplify the energy of manifestational intentions and healing. I've learnt this sort of stuff through another course called Medical Intuitive. So this is not really quite kinesiology, but I use it in my online sessions with people. We've also got the blessing birthing spray. So I might just do the little grid with everyone and myself. So we're blessing in new beginnings. We've also got the Merkaba. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Merkaba, but the Merkaba symbol is the union of masculine and feminine, protection, higher consciousness, and bringing forth the truth. So we want to really bring forth what the truth is here for the collective and the group. We've also got the Palladian star there as well, which integrates all aspects of ourself, I am energy, and our next evolutionary steps. So, we're in an interesting time in the collective, in the consciousness. So, what are our next evolutionary steps? We've also got the Ankh, the Egyptian Ankh in there, which is the breath of life and the key of life, which connects all worlds. And we also had a card that wants to pop in before we even started, and it's coming from the deck of the Shadows and Light deck, which is for the Oracle card of Lucy Cavendish. And the one that we've got, so I'll just quickly bring this through is the breaking of dawn, and it's the violent angel. So, what that actually means is there's hope, there's fresh hope, there's a new day, and there's something new on the horizon. So, hopefully, for all of us, there's something new on the horizon. And I just want maybe get you all just to tap in if there is anything new that wants to be pulled in, to just quietly, intentionalize that as we start to open up the grid. So that's my little bit at the background. So in a kinesiology session, if I can't do the remedies on a person, I will stick it on the grid, which helps to amplify the energy. But today, hopefully, a lot of the remedies we can all do together. And also the frequency will be in the background, which Paige will explain shortly about that second part of the healing, which is the frequencies.
Amazing. Awesome. All right, so we jump into that side of it now. Amanda, do you think?
Yes, so you're going to
Oh, I'm going to draw a card.
yeah, to let go. So bring
Oh, Sacred Rebels are coming up again. This one seems to be one of my favorite decks. Sorry, because I've got a background on. Ah. Anybody heard of Sacred Rebel deck before? Anyone got it? It's one of the Lana Fairchild ones. Yeah, love it. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a quick shuffle. Now, this card is actually about what we are releasing. And Amanda's going to do one on what we're bringing through. Okay, so this one jumped out at me. Okay, so visions of life beyond death. I don't know whether it's going to let me. Hate when that happens. Okay, maybe here. It's actually got, it's not going to show pretty very well. It's got the peacock, the crow, the owl, and a beautiful Indian woman's face. Oh my goodness. So visions of life beyond death. I'm just going to look that one up. And I feel like the death, it's the death of all of the things from last year is what is coming through to me, but I'm just going to quickly find that one. And we can probably share that as well, the core message of that with you in our summary as well. Um, okay, so what was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What was once dismissed as irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. Okay, I'm just going to see. This is asking you, hang on. I really should have brought my glasses in. Okay, so the vision of love, the truth, and of all that is can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you have been wondering about your life path and whether you should take action on a project, you need inspiration to really move you out of a slump you have fallen into, then this oracle gives you the message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of the stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently and more accurately. Any confusion or uncertainty you have felt is going to pass, and you will be left with clear insight. The stories that you have been feeding yourself, or telling yourself may end up looking different to how they appear now. This may surprise you, but the vision that is coming to you will be more truthful and therefore freeing. So there we
Mm,
go. So it feels like
well,
we're leaving behind that stagnancy. And I really felt that last year. I felt it was like a holding pattern. That's what I kept saying. I'm in this holding pattern, and it's not about moving forward and it's not about moving backwards, but it's just about, yeah, staying put, really. So to me, that sounds a bit like let's let go of that and step into the visions. Feels very apt for me. Anyone else feel that energy? Yeah.
yeah, very life pathy. And I guess there's a real theme in the astrology, like, it's time to, get your stuff together and do it. Just get out there and do it, be it.
Yeah,
And whether
absolutely.
that's people's life path. And, when we're working with a collective energy, we're working with all the energy that has signed up today. So you're all got threads maybe of this. So you may resonate with some of it, a lot of it. I guess just tune into if you have something, irritations or irrelevant energy that you're letting go of. Maybe it's around projects on life path and confusion.
Absolutely.
Oh, we've
And it's
lost.
all welcome. Oh, Karina must have
We'll
dropped
just,
off.
yeah, we'll just jump her back in.
Hmm.
So throughout the session, if you want to put little comments in the chat, feel free, but we'll kind of try and tidy it up at the end as we go as well. Um,
Yeah.
so that was the letting go, and I'm just going to pick a card to start the session about what we're trying to bring in for this year. And we've got this little symbol card, and I will send that through. We'll take a picture of some of the stuff that's come up and send it through in our notes tomorrow. But this is finding the joy. So,
Beautiful.
when you're out of your head and in your heart, you will find the joy in every moment, regardless of how that moment presents. You'll find real joy no matter where you find yourself, and you'll realize the gift of every moment. So, accept the gifts of every moment and grow beautifully into who you're meant to be. In my heart, I'm always joyous. So, I guess we're moving into what brings you joy and
Mhm.
doing the things that bring you joy rather than things that, I should do or I have to do, and if we're working with life purpose, you know, are we doing that from our head or from joy and passion and heart stuff? So, yeah, this is the theme that we're bringing into the collective. Um,
I've been really feeling that actually. So there's been a bit of, yeah, letting go of those things that aren't bringing me joy, even, yeah, in this last part of the shedding area. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank
So, what we're going to do is just open this a bit further and connect all our energies. So, if you want to just quietly close your eyes, and I'm just going to do a little sort of visualization to connect us all. So, I just want you just to quietly just take a breath in and just embody your own body with your feet on the ground if you can. And we're going to invite our personal guides in, maybe our higher self, our benevolent energies, anything that's aligned with our highest truth, our highest love, and our highest evolution. And we're only going to align with the highest frequencies. So I want you all to imagine beautiful golden threads from your heart connecting harmoniously with this group energy. So just imagine these little golden threads connecting with, there's 25 of us in harmony, whilst maintaining our sovereignty. As we connect to this group energy, just see those little golden threads. As we connect to the group energy with our highest good. And as we do this, we're going to request that we can access everyone's divine matrix, protections, blessings, guidance, DNA codes, permissions are granted for healing to flow through this group in this moment in time. So we're just going to connect that all in. And you may wish to place your hand on your heart or your solar plex or your womb and just tune into the intention of this group today. So I'm just going to repeat the goal, and you may want to silently repeat that to yourselves. I now lovingly release the wisdom, the skins, any cycles of the snake here. And I boldly step forward with clarity, with courage, and memento into the fire horse year now. So just allow that to just come into your consciousness, connect into your mind, body, and spirit, and allow that to drop in. So, what I'm going to do now is connect in with the group, and we're going to get an overall group energy, like an emotion, and see where the group is. So, I'm just going to tune into the group. Oh, and the group energy is on the grief chart. So, we're just going to go into the grief chart and have a look. And there's exhaustion stuck here in the group, in our collective group right now. So, under the heading of grief, our main collective emotion is grief. So, and under that grief is an exhaustion type of grief. So, this is when we're passively tired and exhausted, and it's our inability to retrieve expectations or maybe make a sense of a loss. So, I don't know if there's been grief last year for any of us. Maybe just see if you can tap into that. And if it's not any known grief, how is your energy right now as a group? So maybe if everyone could just stick a little comment in the chat, like where's your energy out of 10? 10 being the highest and 0 being the lowest, just to get a bit of a gauge before I tune in where we all are at. because there's this grief here. The 10 being the highest energy. So we've got some good energy in here. 6, 5. So we've roughly got a few different ones coming up. So, and remember, we're working with the group and the collective. So I'm just going to tune into our overall energy, and it's in regards to the goal, in regards to the group. So our energy at the moment is at 10, 20, 30, 40. 40, 45. So we're vibrating at the moment at 45%. And in kinesiology, that's kind of a bit of a chronic fatiguey type state. And so, has this been long term? It's just been recent days, it's weeks. It's only in the last 2 weeks. So I don't know how everyone's last couple of weeks have been, but it's not a long-term thing. So whether it's coming back to work, I know I'm back at work, and whether you got enough rest. So just tuning into that, and then we're just going to see what our stress level is. So if everyone wants to put their hands around their sort of ESR points, I don't know if you can see me, and we're just going to check in and our stress response. So we're at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, 54. So our stress isn't too high as a collective. So that's pretty good. We don't have a lot of stress here, but more we've got to get our energy up as a collective group. So we've got grief, exhaustion, and we've got this energy to bring up. So can anyone relate to any grief or exhaustion? Because it could be just a few of you, or it could be a lot of you that are feeling some of this. Beginning of the week, 3. Okay, Karina's 5. Anthea, grief, 2. And so, sometimes there could be dominating energies in the group pulling us in. Um, but we're going to collectively look at this. Yes, for exhaustion. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've definitely been feeling, I actually felt, because I always feel there's this big push towards Christmas and then it's just, oh, that's done and into the new year. And I don't feel like there was necessarily enough of a pause this year to just be. And so
Agree.
that exhaustion kind of in the lead up to Christmas just culminated and then didn't really go anywhere. It was sort of like, oh, okay, now I'm into getting kids back to school and, that sort of thing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
for me
I
anyway.
I took quite a few weeks off and I was like, oh, I haven't got anything planned and it's just going to be a lot of pondering, and
Yeah.
resting. But was so busy. I just had all
Yes.
these like spontaneous events, which were lovely. But yeah, I
Mm.
didn't have enough downtime just to stare at the garden type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I did the same thing. I renovated my kitchen, because that's what you do when it's Christmas. But anyway.
Yeah, just as we bring this up, tune into that for yourselves. And that's the collective emotion. As we go along, we're going to get some more emotions and we're going to release some energy. So I think now we're going to get the AO scan part in, which Paige is going to bring up
Mhm.
on her screen. So this is
Yep.
the first part of our balancing, and then we're going to go more into the chakras, the meridians, the sabotages, etc. as we go along.
Yeah, fabulous. So what we have up on the screen, hopefully you can all see this, is Amanda, we're on the right screen, aren't we? Because that would be bad if we were
Yes,
on.
I can see the screen. Yes.
Fabulous.
Welcome
Excellent.
energetic
Okay.
global. We've got the
So
intention there, the target.
yeah,
Beautiful.
we do. And in that target, I have put everybody's name, first and last name. I've also put in the intention of of the affirmation essentially for today as well. So you can see here, it's on my profile, but this is the Cephi target. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to scan and we're actually going to create a playlist for today. So we're starting with the first playlist or the first menu, I guess, in the Cephi. So Cephi is a subtle energy frequency imprinter, and we're able to broadcast frequencies from here. So we're getting determination from this one. So I'm just going to have to move. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so if I come in here, I'm going to set up a custom playlist. So we'll just call it Pre-Fire Horse Balance. And we'll go into quantum reach, and determination was that first one. That's an interesting one. All right, so we'll come back over and we'll do frequency. Now, this one's always interesting because this is physical. This is actually physical things generally. I won't tell you what came up in Amanda and my balance. Oh my gosh, is that parasites?
Yes.
Okay, I will tell you, it was itchy anus that came up in our house. So we were like, oh, there's parasites as well. There you go. Clearly, we still haven't cleared those. All right.
And when you,
Anybody, but you know, parasites can mean a couple of different things
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So parasitic energy, as well as there being physical parasites. So I am just scrolling down to parasites.
So
Yeah.
with this, we're bringing in a moment, we're going to be sending this frequency to all of us in the group. And, so when we think about this theme, we've got determination. Maybe it's determination to action your life path.
Mm.
We've got parasites. Maybe there's some things that we still got to, let go of, whether it's physical or metaphysical.
Mm. Yeah, parasites also come in when we don't have those strong boundaries. So if you look at the metaphysical of parasites, it's when we don't have those boundaries in place. Now, this is an interesting one. It's arthritis. So I don't know if there's, and that tends to indicate a lot of inflammation in the body. So I don't know if anybody is actually physically experiencing arthritis, but it can also be, again, that inflammation sort of side of things. So we've added that one. We'll
And
come
an
back.
inflexible mind.
Right.
It can
Yes.
tend
Yep.
to
Very
be
true.
stiff and rigid with an
Stiff and
inflexible
rigid.
mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that also, I guess, that energy of being stuck, I guess would come up there. So now we're into our beautiful quantum flowers. So this chooses from bark and bush flowers. So we'll see which one comes up, for us today. We're getting disconnected as the emotion, and it's pawpaw. And this is really releases feeling overwhelmed and unable to resolve problems, enhances assimilation of new ideas, calmness, and clarity. Wow, that's kind of perfect. I love that.
That might help us let go of the confusion that might have been sitting there.
Absolutely. I think that's pretty bang on for what we are looking at the moment. All right, so that's our flowers. We'll come back in here and we will scan for the chakra. Oh, it's taking a while. Solar plexus. Okay, so that's the energy, obviously, or maybe not so obviously, but that's personal power. It's also that taking action. It's that beautiful yellow color. It's about standing in our power as well. And when we look at I guess that parasites and maybe poor boundaries, perhaps there's a little bit of not standing in our power. And I know I've been feeling that a bit. I've been feeling like I need to really do that, and sort of stand up for different things at the moment. So maybe that, to kind of safeguard my time and make sure I am doing those things that bring me joy. So potentially that's what that is. So now we are into the essential oils, and this is quite a new-ish addition to our AO scan, which I just love. A lot of people, oh, we've got citronella. So the physical side of this is an antibacterial kind of thing, repelling insects, but then it uplifts your negative mood and relaxes the body and the mind. Amanda, you've got a book there as well, don't you, that shares a little bit more about that. So while I'm
Yeah. So I'll just read out a little bit about citronella. And if you do have any oils and you have citronella and you've got it
yeah,
close by, for any of those
grab it.
people or people that have got things here, feel free to grab it. But citronella is, when we're trying to work through difficulties that surround us. So what that kind of means is in the outer world, you might create a set of behaviors. That show maybe a scattered and muddled personality. So this could be that confusion again. And citronella defines karmic energy patterns of letting go of confusion and turmoil that has ruled your life so that the inner guidance back to God can happen. So that's our higher self, that's our truth. Bringing that energy back in. So it's good for confusion, it's good for scattered energy. It hones in on the solar plex energy, which modulates the spin and releases any negativity from your solar plex energy, from psychic impressions of feeling lost or desolate or uncared for. So whether that goes into the theme of some grief that's been hanging around as well, but we've got the citronella oil.
Hmm. Cool. Uh-huh. Okay. So the mineral that well, it's actually an electrolyte, but phosphorus has come up for us. And I'm just going to add that in, but I have a bit of a metaphysical connection to that one too. So I will just read you a little bit on that as well. So phosphorus is the spark of life force. And so when it comes up energetically, which is what we're working with, it's often themes around life force depletion, burnout, loss of enthusiasm or direction, dimming of one's inner light, overgiving, or adrenal fatigue, nervous system exhaustion, identity fatigue. I don't know who I am anymore. So I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but that's what the phosphorus, yeah, can be
Or maybe
standing
it's who do
for.
I want to be as I move into this number one year?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, 100%. And finally, we will do the AO tune. So most of these now we can actually scan like we have been doing, which was super exciting. That came in pretty much not too long ago either, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. So this is a whole database of tuning forks. So instead of having to buy all the tuning forks, we can just literally scan this and it will go through every single one and pick up what it is that the group collective needs for today. So it's the crown chakra, because this is the planetary chakra frequencies, which is Earth, Platonic here, and that's to do with your spirituality. So that's beautiful. Maybe opening up to those higher dimensions this year. And that's certainly something that I am looking forward to this year. I've got a few things in play. So what was it again?
The
Crown. Just
Earth
trying to find
crown.
it. Um, where is it? Oh, crown.
No,
No,
go
it wasn't
further up.
that. Have I gone past it?
Yeah, it was an earth one.
Earth, Sidonic,
No, keep going.
Plutonic. Yeah, clarity. No, that wasn't it. Oh,
That
there
one
it
there,
is.
crown earth
Sorry,
platonic.
spirituality. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Fantastic. Okay, so that is our list, and I'm going to actually take a little screenshot of that. And that has now been saved, and we will broadcast that. We'll start to broadcast that one right now.
Yes,
As well.
that's all going to be happening in the background. So you're getting all that frequency, determination, maybe releasing some parasitic energy, arthritis, or the metaphysics behind that, the pawpaw, what new ideas do we want to bring in? Are we connecting to our solar plex and obviously our crown chakra? So yeah, that's going to be happening probably for the next half an hour or more, isn't it?
Yep, we'll keep that running. I'll also check in at the end of the balance and just see how much longer beyond the balance that we need that one. Luckily, there's no energy or anything like that, so potentially we could even run it overnight. We'll just see what the collective needs. So excellent.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to jump in and dive a little bit deeper and do some kinesiology. So what I'm going to do is I'm just checking with all that information where this energy might be held in a meridian. So if we look at the meridian systems, I'm just going to tune in. And it's actually held in our central meridian. So, for those who don't know what the central meridian is, the central meridian goes from down here, if you can see me, all the way up to our chin. And this particular meridian talks to the brain. So, we're just going to go into that a little bit more and see what we need to pull out of that. So we've got the central meridian. So I don't know if any of you just want to, maybe just tap on that area just to activate the central meridian. And our central meridian, let me go into this. Just jump.
Really, our life force energy, which is really interesting because it seems that that's yeah, the theme tonight a lot, isn't it,
So
really?
let's jump into a different book. Central meridian. Yeah. So central meridian is our very yin energy as well. It's part of the
Feminine.
whereas the governing is our central. It can be about success or failure as well. So I'm just going to check if there's another emotion held in our central meridian, and there is. And there's some anxiety stuck here as a group. So whether there's anxiety about moving forward to our life path, maybe letting go of things, maybe determination. Just have a think about that theme. Do you guys have any anxiety sitting in there? And when we're talking about this area, it can be about the intelligence of the whole soul, the brain. can all sort of sit there. So we've got the anxiety, and we've got the central meridian. I just want to check if there's any other emotion. No. Okay. So we're just going to check, is there a particular remedy that we need to bring in? And we do. And to begin with, we're going to bring in just flushing that energy out. So I don't know if you can all see me. So we can all do this together. We're just going to kind of flush first. So we're just going to just flush through, and then we're going to correct the energy by bringing it straight up and off the body. So this is just hopefully starting to move some of this anxiety that is stuck there. So just doing that a few times. And there's a particular point in the central meridian that wants to come up as well. And it's going to be point central meridian 6. So let me just grab that info.
It's around the belly button,
Around
maybe
the,
just above.
yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit more information. So central
Mm.
meridian. So yeah, if we all just come around our belly button, give that a little tap.
Mm.
Just to activate that point and then just hold it. And this is our umbilical cord to life as well. So when we're working on that point, we're looking at our willpower. So we're back at willpower. So this point's about willpower. Are things feeling like an effort, or do we have that determination? And we're trying to get that frequency in. Am I afraid of success or failure? Do I have the will to succeed? So maybe just think about what this next year is and what purpose and life path and all those little things that are bubbling away. Are you afraid of success or failure? So this can also be our Hara Center for consciousness. Our menstrual cycle sits here as well. Abdominal pain, constipation. So we're just going to hold this point till you feel some energy starting to move. And I'm just going to dive a little bit deeper into that central meridian point on a spiritual level and just see what's going on in that divine matrix. So let's have a quick little look. So we're number 6 is the sea of abundance. So as you're holding that point, just breathing in and out, 326. So this particular energy point as you're holding speaks to the greatness and fullness of vital life force. And we're all a little bit exhausted, so we want to get our life force up. It also harmonizes the lifestyle patterns of rhythmic cycles of nature. And when this conscious connection, we experience more fully the flow of patterns of the sun and the moon and the growth of the seasons and climates. And we've had massive solar flares as well. So a lot of people might be ungrounded, a little bit scattered, so they might need to, root back into their flow and connection. So this point draws to our full body system nourishment needed to restore the vitality, to feed our passions for purpose and creativity again. So we've got a bit of a theme coming up, haven't we? On a physical level, it's about vitality, well-being, and enhancing the functions of reproduction and strengthening. So as you're holding this point, we are releasing low vitality, lack of enthusiasm, creative blocks, depression, or infertility. So yeah, just you mean a few of us may have low energy. Maybe it's the lack of enthusiasm that's here that's causing the low energy or the creative block or the depression. So I'm just going to tune in. Is there anything else in the conception vow? No. Okay. Is there any other emotion in there? No. Okay. So we're going to move into a chakra. So I'm just going to ask what
We
chakra.
had the solar plexus come up on the scanner, so it'll be interesting to see what muscle tests up as well.
Yes. So we've got the central meridian that we've just worked through. So what chakra? We're back in the crown chakra.
Well, that came up also in the AO tune.
So we're back in. So maybe just all of us just pop your hand on the top of the head just to call in that energy around the crown chakra. Maybe it needs to go out. Maybe that energy needs to come in. So we're just going to see what emotion firstly is sitting in the crown chakra. And it's coming up through our behavior barometer. Let's have a look. So we've got the crown chakra and it's subconscious and it's motivated.
Mhm.
So we've got motivation, we've got determination.
The theme. There's definitely a theme.
Everyone wants to go back to bed and sleep the year away, or are we ready to go? And I guess the fire energy is a very action year, whereas last year was very an inner year, reflective year. Not, not a lot happening, tidying up, reflecting, letting go. And this year is meant to be more like when it actually happens.
Well, and you think of a horse as well, galloping along and trotting
Yeah.
along. So yeah,
And
absolutely.
if you're not clear of where you're going, you might get sideswiped and, pushed over and sickness might happen and, little taps on the shoulders by the universe. So, you kind of want to get clear about who you are and where you're going. So motivation. So how's everyone's motivation?
Hmm.
So this can, when our crown chakra's out, we can have like sleep issues, tiredness, we can have dizziness, headaches. And what's coming up is our nervous systems are a little bit out. So, whether our nervous systems are feeling a bit dysregulated or fried at the moment. And I'm just going to go, and we're back at the confusion that's still wanting to be cleared, that's sitting here in the crown. Okay. So, how are we going to clear the crown chakra? Let's check in. What remedy are we going to use? We're going to bring in an oil to start with. And so if you don't have the oil at home, it's okay. I'm going to proxy it in, or we might have the oil in the frequency device that we can send to you all through the proxy quantum field. So let's
Yep.
see what our crown chakra needs. So an essential oil is showing, and I'm just muscle testing. Oh, and guess what we've got? We're starting back at the start, joy. We've got joy oil, which is the
What's
blend.
in joy? Do you know?
What's in joy? Yes, I do know. But there's
I
the
love
combination. We're
this.
bringing in joy to the crown chakra. So I just want to ask specifically what one. So if anyone at home's got bergamot, lang lang, geranium, lemon, coriander, jasmine, Roman chamomile. So I'm just going to ask for
Flowers. I mean flowers, not oils.
jasmine is the main one that wants to show up in that
All right,
joy.
I'm going to put bergamot in there because I heard that one.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to proxy in for the group up through the crown chakra, and then I'm going to pop it on the grid as well. And we've got jasmine in there. Beautiful. So we're going to send that jasmine to you all, but I'll just see we're infusing joy. So our crown chakra wants to be joyful as well because I guess it wants joyful guidance, doesn't want mismatched messages or negative energies coming in that are causing disruption. So I'm just going to have a look at what that oil jasmine is about. A little bit more info. We'll just
What's
go,
the book you're using there, Amanda, just for reference for people?
what's that? Sorry.
What's the book that you're using? What's the resource there?
It's called The Healing Botanicals. It's a big book on essential oils, but I've got a few here, so I'm just testing out what one wants to show.
Nice.
So let's have a look. Jasmine. So, after years of being in kinesiology, you have lots of tools everywhere. So it's hard to carry things around because you've got so many things. So let's have a look. Has anyone got
Yeah.
jasmine there at home? Or maybe you're a Young Living fan and you've got joy oil.
Mm.
Um,
Have Joy downstairs, not with me here.
so let's have a look. Sorry, I'll just be one moment. Jasmine, where are you? Number 70. Okay. So this oil is an opportunity to open up to universal love. So this is the crown chakra. Its specific function is to improve the circulation that feeds back into the heart, to be at one and be at rejoice, to be able to rejoice and be at one-ment. So it's a powerful oil to maintain residence in the area of the heart chakra where there has been darkness or a feeling of separation from source. So there's a real message here that we've all got to connect back in. So if you've lost your connection to yourself or to source energy or to your guides or whatever you tune into or pray into, there's a bit of a message here that it's time to reconnect. And when you've reconnected, maybe your confusion might go, or your messages might be clearer or louder. So there's releasing a feeling of separation from source, a reconnection to universal love. So if you do have jasmine at home, feel free to grab it later on and take it through your crown chakra, but it is being sent in the scanner. So, this also assists in the solar plex as well if you're in early stages of any grief or loss. So yeah, it also helps to clear negative energy and depletion of chi. So we've got the jasmine sitting here as well.
Well, that ties into the central meridian as well, the depletion of chi that we said before as well, and the phosphorus. And yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yes, got a little bit of a theme going on. So we're working
Mm.
through a few chakras, the solar plex and the crown. We're working through the central meridian and moving any of that confusion. Is there any other chakra I need to clear? And there is. So there's one more chakra coming up. Okay. So let me get my books back out. It's a little bit of a shuffle through here. Um, trying to find all my books again. Okay, and it's actually the heart that needs clearing. So everyone just pop their hand on their heart. We've got one more chakra to clear. So I'm just going to tune into the emotion in the heart. And there's just some stuck anger.
Mm.
So maybe everyone just tune in and just ask themselves if there's any anger hanging around. Maybe you've suppressed it or swallowed it, or maybe you haven't been able to process it. So when I guess anger gets stuck in the heart, it will block joy. So just have a think about if there's any anger, and also anger creates inflammation in the body as well.
Mhm.
So we've got the arthritis in the background. So I'm just going to go into that little heart chakra a little bit more. And it can cause lung problems, high blood pressure, chest pain, etc. And it can be around healthy boundaries is what's coming up too. So
Really? Surprise, surprise.
a call in of healthy boundaries this year. So no more people pleasing. Um, I found it as the end of last year myself that I had to, I could feel some resentment or maybe even anger bubbling up actually. And that's usually a sign that I need to action or speak up or do something. So yeah, I needed to, say out aloud what I can and can't do and, make that intentional. So maybe there's other people in the group here that need to just be a little bit better with their boundaries, because I guess anger is a sign that something's out of balance because you're holding hurt or resentment or pain or something that's been stuck under the anger.
Mm,
And anger keeps us in fight and flight as well, which affects our nervous system. So,
and our energy levels, adrenals, all the things.
and
Yeah.
all of that. So we've got this stuff around healthy boundaries. So how are we going to clear this chakra? Is it with a crystal? Okay, it wants a flower essence. So we're going to add another flower essence in. And we're going
Mhm.
to use the bush flower ones. So I'm going to muscle test rather than scanning the machine.
Yep, that's fine, but I can add it in. So,
And we've got the flower essence of Waratah testing up for the group. So Waratah will be in the scanner. So I think, yeah, Paige is going to add it in. So you're getting that frequency in the background, but it's also going to go on the grid. So Waratah releases our inability to respond to things. And it helps enhance courage and adaptability, which is perfect because part of the goal is stepping in with courage to the fire year. So we're releasing the inability to respond, which is again a little bit of stuck energy, fight and flight, confusion, etc. So we're all going to be being sent this energy, this frequency of Waratah. So as we're doing this, just obviously intentionalize that you accept and receive these frequencies into your field as we go. And this is helping to clear out this anger in the heart. And just maybe, just take a moment to just ask yourself, where do you need healthy boundaries? Is it with yourself? Is it with others? And just tuning into that. So that is the remedy that's coming through for the heart chakra. Is there anything else on the heart? No. Is there any other chakras to release? No. Is there any other meridians to release? No. Okay, so we're moving on to see if there's any sabotages in the group. So let's have a look. There is. It's an actual old sabotage. We've got a few different lists. So I'm going to go into my old charts of sabotage. Let's see what's going on for the group. Does everyone know what a sabotage is? Could be like an unlimiting belief or something that holds us back, something that keeps us stuck even. So let's have a look.
That thing that makes you eat the chocolate when you're on the diet.
I think I did that yesterday.
Mm.
Okay, so what's the group sabotage here? Let's have a look. Okay, 70, 75. Okay. Oh, beautiful. And I'm going to just tune into everyone as we say this and say it quietly to yourself. I can support my empowerment. I can't support my empowerment. So we've still got this theme going on, haven't we? So this thing is about supporting our empowerment. So again, where do you want to be more empowered? How do you want to support this empowerment? Do you even know what you want to be empowered about as you move into this year? Maybe you're like, oh, it didn't happen for how I wanted it for the last couple of years. Maybe I need to make some changes. So I'm just going to ask where this sabotage is held, and it's held in the heart meridian. So we've had the heart chakra, now we're over into the heart meridian. So the heart meridian in kinesiology land or Chinese medicine land goes from our pinky, so it starts, up here and goes down to our pinky. So we just got our little heart meridian through here. So maybe just do a little trace on yourself so you can connect in with that heart meridian energy, because this is where we're all holding this sabotage around our empowerment. So I want to just get an emotion of what's sitting in here. All right, and we're still got to work on the anger. So the anger was in the heart chakra, but there's still a little bit of anger in our heart meridian. So has anyone been angry lately or last year or start of this year? There's been a lot of wind around in Melbourne. I think that makes people angry a bit too when there's wind. So the heart meridian. So the way we're going to be working with this as the group is the end of the point. So we're all going to do a little bit of tapping together. So we've got the end of the point at the pinky. So we can do either finger, but we're going to just start tapping and moving some energy. So let me just get everything organized. All right. So just repeat after me in your mind, even though I've been angry and maybe my boundaries have slipped and I haven't felt like I could be empowered, I deeply and completely accept myself right now, where I am, and I allow myself just to be. So even though I felt this anger, or maybe the lack of motivation and confusion, I deeply and completely accept myself for where I am right now and allow myself to just be. Even if I never get over this. Even though I might be feeling angry, I deeply and completely accept where I am right now and let myself be. So we're just moving, as we're tapping this, we're just moving that energy down that meridian so that we can open it up. So we're going to move just to the other side and just keep tapping as we're opening up the heart meridian a little bit more, even though I've had this anger and maybe lacking some boundaries. Or maybe I've been confused and lacking motivation, or just feeling exhausted and not sure how to move forward and not sure how to empower myself. So even though I've been feeling this way, I deeply and completely accept myself, where I am right now, and just let myself be. And I just want you to release that and take a deep breath in. And we're just going to end that little sabotage with a heart meridian neurovascular point. So just at the top of the head here. And what we're doing is just getting blood flow moving through the heart. So there's a bit of heart meridian, heart chakra stuff that we're unblocking tonight. And I guess if we think about the theme, we can't feel the joy if all this stuff is stuck in our heart meridian and heart chakra. So we want to let that joy in, remember, because this is the new. And we want to let go of the death of the last year, that irritation, that irrelevance, maybe. And maybe that's part of the boundaries, when we're feeling, irrelevant, and why, and do we need to speak up, and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, there might be different themes and different perceptions here that mean things for you. So just take on board what that might be. So with this point, we're just waiting for little, little tingles at the bottom of our fingers that we know that blood is moving through and flowing. Beautiful. So I'm just going to check if there's anything else in the heart meridian. No. Is there anything else in the heart chakra? Is there anything else in the central meridian? Okay. So we're just going to pass it over to Paige and see if there's any other corrections
Yeah.
from the database or anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay. We actually are going to do a little NLP technique, and this is called the submodality. So I'm just going to get everyone to close down your eyes. Usually we'd be doing this one-on-one, and I would get you to actually answer the questions that I'm asking. So just take note of what your answers are to yourself as we go through this. So the theme tonight has been really about, what we're going to let go of, this theme of empowerment, perhaps that where we haven't had those boundaries in place, whatever it is that's been, I guess, that's resonated for you. I'd like you to bring to mind a situation or experience that feels limiting or challenging that you had been up against, that you feel this balance tonight has been speaking to. So it could be something you want to reduce the emotional impact of or shift, as is the theme tonight, entirely. So if you can just nod when when you all have that. Yep, seeing a few nods. Beautiful. All right, so now I want you to focus on that experience, not too long, but we will just go there and step into it as if it's happening right now and notice everything about it, the sights, the sounds, the feelings associated with it. And now I want you to become aware of the details of this experience. Let's explore this together. And first of all, is the image clear or fuzzy? Is it in color or black and white? Is it still or moving? Is it bright or dim? Is it large or small? Is it near to you or far away? If there's sound, is it loud or soft? Is it high-pitched or low-pitched? Is it fast or slow? If you're speaking to yourself, is your voice loud or soft? And where in the body can you feel this? Is there a place or places in the body? Does it feel heavy or light? Is it warm or cool? Beautiful. So now let's begin to change some of these details and see how your experience shifts. So take this image and I want you to, if it was near to you, I want you to move it far away. Notice how this feels. Now make it smaller and smaller again until it's just a tiny dot in the distance. If it was in color, turn it to black and white. Does that shift your feelings about it? If it was moving, freeze it still like a photo. And if it wasn't moving, have it move in a different way. Lower the volume of any sounds you can hear. Imagine turning down a dial to make the sound softer and softer. If there's a voice, change it to something silly like a cartoon character or a robot voice. Now notice the feeling in your body. If it was feeling heavy, imagine it lightening. If it was feeling if it was feeling warm, make it feel cooler. Turn down the intensities until they feel comfortable. Now step back into that experience with these new changes. How does it feel different? Now that you've created a more empowering experience, let's lock this in. Imagine yourself stepping into a future situation where once you felt triggered, bring this new calm and resourceful feeling with you. Take a deep breath and anchor this new state. You can use a physical anchor, such as pressing your thumb and your forefinger together while saying, I am free and in control. Now imagine yourself in the future, facing a similar situation. Notice how different it feels with this new perspective. You can apply this process to any situation where you want to feel more in control. And when you're ready, open your eyes and bring this new sense of freedom back with you into the present moment. Beautiful. Okay.
Is there any other remedies?
No, I think we are good.
Okay, so I
Oh,
might go back and just check everything, check all
mhm.
the emotions and all of that, unless there's something else that we need to bring in.
No, I just checked how long we need to be running the frequencies for, and it's another 3 hours. So I'll be doing that in the background.
Okay.
Hmm.
Lots of water for everyone because you're being lots of frequencies.
Yeah.
I'm just going to recheck all the, I guess, the themes. So with my muscle test, we want to check the grief and the exhaustion. And we want to check that we can bring in joy and we can let go of the anxiety, the confusion, and the anger. And I just want you to all check in with yourselves, and we're going to say this silently. I can support my empowerment. Beautiful. And we're going to just say that one more time. I can support my empowerment. And I just want you to all just to tap that in. We're just going to do a little bit of temple tapping. I can support my empowerment as I move into the fire horse year. I can support my own empowerment as I move into the fire horse year. And we're just going to check that we can have healthy boundaries, beautiful, and that we can have new ideas and determination. We can connect to our heart chakra, our solar plex, our crown chakra. Beautiful. So we're just rechecking all of that. So, and I'm just going to go back and check in on the energy of the group and the stress. So we started with 45% energy. But let's see where the group is at. We're at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We're at 80, we're at 90, we're at 90%. Okay. So we may have some homework to bring in to support this, and we already know there's 3 more hours
Of
of
the frequencies, yeah.
frequencies coming in. So we're just going to check, and maybe just everyone tap on their thymus just to anchor that in. So the thymus gland is, if you can see where I'm tapping, just give it a little tap, just that we're bringing that energy in and we're bringing those new empowered themes into our core. So let's check our stress. Our stress wasn't that huge for our group, just hands on the forehead. And we're just going to tune in. Are we at 190, 80, 70, 60? We're at 50, 40, 30, 20. We're at 10, 9. We're bringing that stress. Well, we're into the nines. 90% energy and 9% stress.
That's pretty good.
Beautiful. So we're just going to just checking if there's anything else before we close down the connection that we're all got. So are you picking up anything else that we need to do?
No, it feels pretty complete. I think we're yeah.
Beautiful. So
Mm.
what I want you all to do is just have your feet on the ground, and we're just going to sort of disconnect the group energy. So thank you for coming here tonight and being live for the ones that have turned up live, and for the ones that are watching this in the replay, your names are all in the grid. So you are all having this energy. So if you do have any of the remedies at home, or you want to do any tapping or any of the movements in the replay, please do, because that will just, bring in the intention and energy to flow in that time. So closing down the eyes, feet on the ground, and we're going to just now imagine all those beautiful golden threads that were collecting all of us from our heart spaces to each and every one of us. There was 25 of us today, and visualizing these golden threads starting to dissolve, and see those threads coming back into your own heart space now, not attached to anyone else, just dissolving from the grid and allowing that energy to come back into your heart, all those golden threads. And maybe just as you tap on your thymus, just reclaim and affirm this. I reclaim my energy and power. I'm grounded, clear, and whole in my own being. I reclaim my energy back and my power. I'm grounded, clear, and whole in my own being. And just silently start to thank the guides, the technology, the crystal grid, and all the participants that have shown up tonight and wanted to be part of this. And I want you now just to imagine that golden thread from your heart that's returned, that's not connected to anyone else. And just imagine it just starting to connect from the heart down to the solar plex, down to the sacral, the reproductive, down to the base, down to the bottom of the feet, and see those golden threads now connecting into Mother Earth, connecting you back in, anchoring back into your truth, to your energy, and to claiming what is yours from this balance tonight. And allowing that just to settle into your earth chakra and to your soul chakra here. When you feel connected and grounded, just coming back into the room, coming back into the group, knowing that you're in your own energy, that there's no threads to anyone else. And Paige is actually going to just shield the group at the end.
Yes. And
We can do that with the AO scanner as well. So we've got, many ways to release energy and shield the group.
I'll just go in here and we'll do a shield.
We're just sort of rounding up. So I know we've probably just gone over the hour, haven't we? A little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, finish up shortly.
Yes.
So we're just going to make sure everyone's just energetically shielded in the group. And we're just going to check in if there's any, do we need to do any future pacing?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. And do we need to create a mind sync or anything else at all before, other than the frequencies that are playing in the background for the next 3 hours?
I think the inner voice would be amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we need to so there are a few people in here who have the AO scan. So if you can do the inner voice over the next, well, hopefully you're doing it daily anyway, but definitely doing it daily over the next week. And for those of you who do not have the AO scan, we would love to offer you a free, a free one basically. So we'll get in touch. Amanda, I think you were going to send out an email maybe.
Yes, I'll send everyone an email in the morning just telling you what we need. Basically, it's just a 12-second recording of your voice. If you could send it back to us, and myself and Paige will pop it into our device and get you, through your voice, more emotions to be balanced through the frequency music. So you'll also have, obviously, in the background the next couple of hours the frequencies going, but to support you over the next week, we recommend listening to the inner voice, which is frequency music to balance the emotions. And so the emotions are going to be what's obviously left over. We're hoping at the moment, and whether you do that tonight or tomorrow, if people have got our mobile numbers or our emails and you want to do it after this call, just, obviously send it to us and we'll work through it and get those to everyone that doesn't have an inner voice to listen to.
Yeah.